Let's give it up for the Red Rebels! To get this event started today, I want to have a 20-second moment of silence for all the lives that were affected by COVID-19 in 2020. So for all the workers that have died for this company of Amazon, which I tried to prevent back in March when I stood up and advocated for health and safety concerns for my former employees, my brothers and sisters, my extended family. Advocating for their safety was trying to protect their lives. And unfortunately, Amazon refused to listen, and as a result, people have died. They just released a report a couple days ago saying that 20,000, almost 20,000 of their employees tested positive. And I still think they're downplaying that. So for those who have lost their lives, I would like to have a 20-second moment of silence. Thank you. Before we get started into our program, I want to recognize and remember whose land that we are on. We stand here in solidarity on the occupied territory of the indigenous, Tongva, Chumas, and Tatavia. These communities, we can never forget about the land that they take care of. They are their original caretakers. So thank you, Extinction Rebellion, for bringing them out and letting them know that we're here in solidarity with them. This is their land. They were here before all of this that you see here today. We can never forget about the indigenous and all the communities around the world. So thank you. So today, it's about solidarity, true solidarity. The climate control, the social injustice, the workers' rights, the labor movement, teachers, students, people of the community, workers, the working class, those facing eviction, the homelessness, the California fires, the Amazon fires, the global warming, all these issues that were exposed during COVID-19. And what I mean by exposed, these issues been here. But COVID-19 amplified that. America is in shambles right now. We see on the news every single day a new horror story. Somebody's life being destroyed, somebody's life being affected by this virus, by this administration, by the laws of this country that are broken, the system that was never built for us. And if we don't speak back, and we don't fight back, who's going to do it for us? Ask yourselves that. 6 months later, after I was fired, I had no idea I would be standing here today talking to you. I was just doing what I thought was right. As a supervisor, I felt it was my responsibility to protect my employees. Amazon said it's business as usual. Not right. I couldn't sit back and do nothing. That is insanity. To know that something needs to be done and sit back and do nothing. You guys are here today because you feel like you want to do something. You're going to ask yourself years from now, when COVID-19 hit this country, what did you do? What did you do? Did you sit back and do nothing? Or was you out here in these streets? Was you out here fighting back? Was you out here speaking up? Was you? You ain't out here for no photo op. You're not out here for a photo op. You out here for a movement. You out here for change. You out here to get your power back. You out here in true solidarity. Everybody, this is what community looks like. This is it. And the work is not done. We're putting in the work now. This is just the beginning. We got a long way to go. And I don't want you to get discouraged. I don't want you to lose hope, because everything that we're doing now is for the future. And we got to recognize that our youth is the future. Our youth is the future. I repeat, our youth is the future. And we got to give them that future. It is our job to give them that future.
Thank you.
If the climate and the global warming that's going on in this world is not taken care of now, there won't be no future.
Yes.
It's true. Am I right? Extinction. Talk to me, am I right?
Yes.
If we don't take care of this planet, we won't have a planet to live on. If we don't take care of social injustice, we're going to be in a civil war by next year. If we don't get rid of the administration that's in office right now, we ain't going to be done marching in these streets. There won't be no peace. There won't be no unrest. And I can guarantee that.
No justice.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
That's right. No justice, no peace. And we out here today in true solidarity. I'm calling for a general strike on election day. Who's with me? General strike on election day? Sounds like a plan to me. Boycott the company of Amazon until they take care of their workers. Cancel your prime. Customers, consumers at home that's watching and that's tuning in. Cancel your prime. Stand in solidarity with the workers. Stand in solidarity of the people of the community. Stand in solidarity with everybody that's here today. Cancel your prime. You don't need Jeff Bezos. He needs us. We made him the richest man in the world.
You sure damn did.
He can't come pack a box. He couldn't do what I did at the warehouse. He don't even know his own policies at the warehouse.
Sure doesn't.
That's why they fired me. They fired me for speaking up about health and safety. I've been invested in that company for almost 5 years as a supervisor. I knew his warehouse better than he did. I knew his people better than he did, his workers. And guess what? I'm protecting them better than he will. I'm speaking up. I'm telling the stories of the voices that he don't hear. Workers got underlying health conditions at home, trying to take a medical leave. This company is firing them. Workers scared to speak up because they fired me as an intimidation tactic. Union busting. Firing everybody that's speaking up about unionizing because they want better pay, decent living wage, Medicare, child care, $30 minimum wage. He made, speak on that, right? $30 minimum wage. Why not? The cost of living goes up. We got assholes like him with $165 million mansions that set up shop in your community, raise your tax and property value. He makes $88 billion in 6 months off the expense of our lives. He makes almost $4,000 a second as we speak. And we can't get $30 an hour minimum wage? I was capped out at $25 an hour working for the richest man in the world. Yeah, fuck that. And once again, if we don't say anything and we don't do anything, nothing is going to change. So here today on this beautiful Sunday, it's a great day to march on Jeff Bezos' property. And if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
I ain't hear y'all. If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
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 if we don't get it.
Shut it down.
One more time, we don't get it.
Shut it down.
Let's go, we don't get it.
Shut it down.
Let's make sure Beverly Hills can hear us today. We're going to disturb the peace today. If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
one more time, we don't get it.
Shut it down.
For the people that have lost their lives, power to the people.
Power to the people.
And I want to bring up my brother that stood with me since day one. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for my brother here. That entire week, March 24th, we sat in the cafeteria in JFK facility for 10 hours a day off the clock on our own free will, trying to organize workers, telling them the truth about Amazon, not telling me, or telling me not to tell the employees not to work in a facility that somebody tested positive. And that was so alarming for me that I took my stance immediately. So without my brother that stood by my side, I wouldn't be here. I lost hope. Amazon told me as a supervisor not to tell my employees that are tested positive that they're possibly working next to somebody who has this deadly virus. There was no way I could just do that. No way that he could do that. He recognized that. At the end of that week, March 28th, they quarantined me because I sent an employee home who tested positive later in that week. And I knew I was a target because I asked him, this man, Derek, I asked him, what about him? Me and him travel to work together. We're around each other all week. What about my employees in my department? Are they being placed on quarantine too? And the company said, no, it's just you. So what that told me was I was being silenced for advocating about it. The entire week, back and forth with management, back and forth with the general manager, getting nowhere, getting no results. They quarantined me. But I said, fuck that. We're gonna do a protest anyway. So on March 30th, we had a protest in front of JFK, Staten Island. 2 hours after that protest, I was fired. A week later, Jeff Bezos himself, the richest man in the world, held a meeting about me. In that meeting, he discussed with his top general counsel, David Sapolsky, to run a smear campaign on me.
Cowards.
This is what capitalism does.
Right.
Crush the little people, crush the people at the bottom of the totem pole. The smear campaign was to get the media, who runs his ads, by the way. The media, if y'all listen, y'all shouldn't be doing that, because he was trying to trick y'all. He said they'll be in a better PR position to smear Chris Smalls than to answer questions about health and safety of their workers. Actual facts, look it up. This man said they'd rather answer questions about smearing me than to answer questions about protecting their workers. That's not it. It gets better. In that meeting, a racist remarked that it's a black stigma in the black community. They said that I'm not smart or articulate. Racist remarks, right? I'm not smart or articulate. Make me the face of the whole union organization. Thank you. So this man don't stand in solidarity with the black community. You know, when George Floyd died, you know, Amazon just bandwagon with the other corporations that threw up. We stand in solidarity with the black community. No, the hell they don't. They don't give a damn about us. And not just the black community, the brown community, the indigenous community. the immigrants, the low and working class people, they don't care about us. We are nothing but a number to them. We are nothing but a robot to them when we work there. And today you're going to hear stories from workers that worked at that facility. You're going to hear stories from people that work in the facilities over here. You're going to hear stories about climate control and what we need to do. You're going to hear stories from teachers, from students of the community, Prop 15 about taxing the wealth, redistributing that wealth, right?
Yeah.
Prop 15, a bill that's on the table. I'm not a California resident, but I'm doing my homework, just a little bit. But we're going to hear from people that actually know the facts. And I was out here a couple months ago. Some people I seen the crowd from Black Lives Matter LA, thank you for being here. My brother right there gave me an opportunity to speak. Fuck Jackie Lacey.
Hey.
Y'all know what's up. That's right, fuck Jackie Lacey, I don't care. We back out here, that's never gonna stop either. All the lives that are lost in the black community by the hands of the police, we're gonna hear some stories about that as well. We wanna touch on all topics. Being in solidarity means being in solidarity. It don't matter what movement you represent. I repeat, being in solidarity means being in solidarity. It doesn't matter what movement you represent. This is people's power. It's time for us to take the power from them and give it back to the people and fight the power. And that's what we're going to do from here on out. We've been doing it. I don't want anybody to stop. Continue doing what you're doing. Because I'm going to continue doing what we're supposed to do. And that's fight back.
What's up, Kahlila?
Hey, y'all! I can't hear you. Hey, y'all! All right, my name is Kahlila Williams. I'm a student Deserve, and I'm 16 years old. And I'm out here fighting for justice like everybody else in the streets, fighting for black lives in our schools. Because our schools are continuing to get, our black students in our schools are continuing to get over-policed more than their population. We're 8% of LAUSD's population, and 25% of the school's police arrest, diversions, and citations. That's 5 times more than our population. And it's time, as people have said, with this light of COVID, everybody's becoming more aware of racism in our communities and over-policing in our black communities. And so we've been calling for the defunding of police. However, companies like Amazon and Chevron continue to contribute to police unions, which are continuing to police black communities over police black communities. And so we need to also call on corporations like Amazon, especially Amazon, because we know Jeff Bezos is going to be one of the richest people, one of the first trillionaires, and he continues to line his pockets, doesn't care about our communities, doesn't care about the workers in his companies. He just cares about lining his pockets and getting more money. And so now it's time for us as a community to stand up and fight for what's right. And what that means is taxing Amazon and taxing larger corporations and continuing to fund our public schools. It's time that we get resources that we need. It's time that I get a full-time nurse at my school. It's time that I get a full-time counselor and resources in my community. It's time that Jeff Bezos gets taxed, because it's time that companies like his and people like him who don't need more money pay their fair share. So I encourage y'all, just like Julie said, vote for Prop 15 this election. Vote early as well. Don't wait till the day of election to vote, because we all know these votes this year are getting sabotaged, and we see that there's so much things going on in the media. Make sure you're well informed, as well as continue to speak out about these issues. Don't let your voice be silenced. People like Chris are standing up, and we have to continue to support people like essential workers who are losing their jobs for just speaking up. We have to continue to keep supporting organizations that are speaking up about issues that we know were happening isn't nothing new.
Come on.
But it's time that people realize it, and it's time that people start paying their fair share. It's time that corporations start paying their fair share, and it's time that we start seeing change in communities, especially black communities, and especially for people who need it the most. Thank you.
16 years old, y'all. I told y'all the future is with the youth. I wasn't lying on that. Facts, straight facts, son. Ooh, y'all in for a treat with this one. I don't know how anybody can follow that up, but we're gonna give it our best shot. We're gonna give it our best shot. Taxing the wealth, absolutely. Taking care of the black and brown communities, the indigenous communities, absolutely. The working class people, absolutely. This is what we out here for. But we cannot forget about global warming. California's on fire right now, right?
Right.
This is what that represents. The Red Rebels, Extinction Rebellion. This organization is worldwide known for speaking up about climate control. They've been a catalyst for that, and we need to listen. So I had the pleasure to join them in solidarity today, joining these movements, the labor movement, the social injustice movement, the environmental movement. That is true solidarity. Calling for a general strike on election day. Like she said, vote. We shouldn't have no distractions this year. Early vote, get your ballots in early. The reason why we want a general strike on election day is so that we are focused on just getting the right administration in there. And I don't know if we're gonna do that this year, but guess what? I can tell you what, we won't last another 4 years with the one we got now. So, we gotta do what we gotta do. And I ain't saying that the DNC is representing us the right way, because we know that they're not. They do a lot of lip service. But we're gonna hold their ass accountable too. I don't give a damn. Biden, you ain't got 4 years, brother. You ain't got it. Because we ain't got it.
Right.
We tired.
Right.
We tired. So Biden, Harris, you know, she wanted to send the letter to Jeff Bezos on my behalf too. Kahlila Harris, calling your ass out too. You ain't got 4 years. You ain't got it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want anybody to feel any way. Look, I agree. Get Trump the fuck out of there. But if Biden and Kahlila, if y'all think y'all gonna get in office and do lip service for 4 years, hell no. Nope, you gonna shut shit down. Shut it down. So, that being said, I want to bring up this brother Marlo from Extinction Rebellion. I had a preview of this speech. Y'all gonna be in for it. He's gonna close this out, and then we gonna march on Jeff Bezos' property. Let's go.
people.
Power to the people.
We all are equal.
We all are equal.
We all are equal.
We all are equal.
When y'all say tax, y'all say Bezos tax.
Bezos.
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 Tax. Tax.
Bezos.
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 And if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
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 we don't get it.
Shut it down.
Hold up, we don't get it.
Shut it down.
One more time, we don't get it.
Shut it down.
What do we want? What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Climate justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Climate justice.
When do we want it?
Now. When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Climate justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want? When do we want it?
Now.
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down.
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 say it loud, say it clear. Fossil fuels not welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear.
Fossil fuel ain't welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Ain't welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear.
Welcome here.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down. Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down. We shut shit down.
Shut shit down.
We shut shit down. We shut shit down. We shut shit down. We shut shit down. We shut shit down.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
We shut shit down.
We shut shit down. We shut shit down. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets. Our streets.
What do we want?
Climate justice.
What do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Climate justice.
What do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Climate justice.
What do we want it?
Now.
We gotta say tax. Y'all say Bezos tax.
Bezos. 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 Bezos.
Tax.
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 Bezos. 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 Bezos.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
We don't get it.
Shut it down.
Let's make some noise. Power to the people.
people got the power.
Tell me, can you hear us?
Tell me, can you hear us?
Talking about the hour.
Talking about the hour.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
People got the power.
People got the power.
Tell me, can you hear us?
Tell me, can you hear us?
Talking about the hour.
Talking about the hour.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
The people got the power.
People got the power.
Tell me, can you hear us?
Tell me, can you hear us?
Talking about the hour.
Talking about the hour.
Power.
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 Power. People. 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 Power. 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 People. 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 People.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
We all are equal.
We all are equal.
We all are equal.
We all are equal.
Make some noise.
Our streets.
Whole street.
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 Our streets.
Hey, sorry, rich people. Today is our day. Guys, turn around, buddy. Whole street.
Our streets.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Shut shit down.
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Shut shit down.
We shut shit down.
Who run this town?
We run this town.
Who run this town?
We run this town.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who run this town?
We run this town.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who shut shit down?
We shut shit down.
Who run this town?
We run this town.
Who run this town?
We run this town.
When I say tax, y'all say Bezos tax.
Bezos.
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 Tax.
Bezos. Bezos.
Tax.
Bezos. Bezos. Bezos.
Make some noise. I don't know, but I've been told fossil fuels are getting old.
Power to the people!
Power to the people.
The people got the power!
The people got the power.
Tell me, can you hear us?
Tell me, can you hear us?
Getting stronger by the hour!
Getting stronger by the hour.
Power!
Power.
People!
People.
People!
People.
Power!
Power.
Power to the people!
Power to the people.
The people got the power!
The people got the power.
Tell me, can you hear us?
Tell me, can you hear us? Getting stronger by the hour.
Power!
Power.
People!
People.
People!
People.
Power!
Power.
Power to the people!
Power to the people.
The people got the power!
The people got the power.
Tell me, can you hear us?
Tell me, can you hear us? Getting stronger by the hour. Power. People.
for the same thing we were advocating on day one. To protect the workers of Amazon, of all essential workers all across the world. We stand here in solidarity today with our brothers and sisters in the community. This is what community looks like. The power of the people is right here at the richest man in the world's doorstep. Give it up for yourself. Right? He in front of the richest man in the world. This man is making almost $4,000 as I speak a second.
That shit ain't right.
Shit ain't right. And we unemployed. We got people with underlying health conditions, diabetes, lupus, that work for this man that can't even get a paid medical leave, that can't even get a bathroom break to take their dietary pills, to use the restroom. They being fired. They being subjected to a leave without pay. While this man is profiting billions of dollars, $88 billion, $88 billion, while 200,000 people have died in this country. Amazon just released an article saying 20,000 of its workforce just tested positive for this virus. 20,000. And we don't even believe that, because they have 600,000 warehouse workers nationwide. And we don't believe that, because who knows how many numbers they got. The Trump administration, who allegedly doesn't like Jeff Bezos, they shut down a shareholder for speaking out in solidarity with us. So they don't be fooled. The government is working with this man as well. This man does not pay no federal taxes. Fuck that shit. I see you watching me, brother. You know I was coming. You ain't gonna stop me. You told me on April 2nd, right? That I wasn't smart or articulate. But guess what? Look what I did. Look what I did. Fuck Jeff Bezos. Fuck Jeff Bezos. Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Billionaires ain't gotta go.
Billionaires ain't gotta go.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Billionaires ain't gotta go.
Billionaires ain't gotta go.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
I hope he hears loud and clear. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
He don't lie. They've been watching us from day one. They don't want us to talk. They don't want us to give this information to the public. They watch my Twitter feeds. They watch my social media. They don't want me to boycott the company. They want me to talk about it. I'm telling y'all now, everybody that's watching at home, boycott Amazon. And if y'all don't, they're going to kill more people off. They're going to exploit more workers. And this man is going to be the first trillionaire ever, something we have never heard of in history. We are not about to let this man become a trillionaire. We shut his shit down now. Shut it down. No way. No way. We're going to let this planet die. Let this planet burn and die while this man builds a fucking spaceship and fly to Mars.
Especially calling Jeff.
I'll call him. Come on out, Jeff. We got some people. Hey, Jeff Bezos, you got some words for us? If you got something to say, if you can have them say. If not, then we still gonna do what we came to do today. And that was to shut shit down, make some noise for us rich ass niggas, and make sure they know as well that this man is setting up shop and raising your property tax and making sure that y'all are paying his bills. He ain't gonna answer the phone. But if he do, it don't matter if he answer or not. I'm still coming for that ass. It don't matter. I'll travel to every mansion he got across the world. Don't matter where it's at. We got brothers and sisters that's willing to come out like you people here today. So once again, this is what true solidarity is. When you combine all these different movements, you combine all the different people that's here, from all different backgrounds, all different creeds, all different communities. This is true solidarity. And if we stop and we don't speak up, we can't expect this motherfucker to do it. We can't expect the 1%ers to do it. We gotta do it for ourselves. That's what it's about. This is for our future. This is for our children. I want my children to grow up and don't see some apocalyptic
world doomsday. He don't deserve that. He don't deserve that. They deserve a Green New Deal. We deserve a planet. We deserve a green planet. No more fossil fuels. So this is what power is. This is people's power right here. And I'm calling a general strike on election day. General strike on election day is for everybody, all consumers. Do not shop. This year is about voting Trump out of that office. Fuck Trump. He trying to lie and you know, say he got COVID-19 now. I don't believe that shit. He's not pushing back this election. He's not getting the pass. This man's another one who don't pay his fucking taxes. $750. I paid more taxes than Trump, the president. You paid more taxes than Trump.
That's some bullshit.
Bullshit. And we not standing for it no more. We're tired. I know you're tired. I know I'm tired. I'm tired of being in these streets for months. I'm tired. But guess what? Not gonna give up. Not gonna give up. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Defund the police, because all they care about is making sure that they could babysit us for no reason. They should be on the same side as us. But you know what? We ain't worried about them either. Defund the police, and I want justice for Breonna Taylor. That's right. Justice for Breonna Taylor. Don't get it twisted. Black people built this fucking country. We built this shit. Indigenous people built this shit. It's our shit. It's our land. They don't belong here. This billionaire, he don't belong here. This is our shit. This is your streets. I ain't from California, but I stand with y'all.
Yeah.
That's right. If y'all need me, y'all call me, I'm here. That is power. That is people's power. That is solidarity. Whenever y'all need me, I'm here. Whenever I need y'all, I know y'all be there. You got my back, I got yours. TCOEW, the Congress of Essential Workers. Real quick, let me tell y'all what our vision is with my organization. The Congress of Essential Workers is to gain people's power, workers' power. Like ourselves, gain this power. Follow us, support us, join us. When we get enough power, we'll have more power than Congress. That's why I named us the TCOEW, the Congress of Essential Workers. We'll have more power than Congress. When Congress say you're an essential worker, you gotta go to work in the middle of a pandemic, we gonna look at them and say, well, where's my money at? I ain't going to work until you pay me my rightful due diligence. You give me a decent living wage. You give me Medicare for all, free Medicare for all. You give me child care. You give me $30 minimum wage. I ain't going to work until you give me $30 minimum wage. That's right. And I want people to stop saying we are unskilled workers. What the fuck is an unskilled worker? That don't even make sense. You gotta learn and go through a learning curve just like me. I don't care what 4-year accredited college you went to, I still gotta teach your ass when you work at the warehouse. We want $30 an hour. I don't care about people sitting on their ass for 8 hours. Who else? Pay them more too. I don't care. As long as I get my paycheck. Y'all deserve that. We deserve that. We deserve better. This man making $4,000 a second, and I'm getting $15.50 minimum wage? Hell no. Hell no. Enough is enough. We're tired of that. We deserve more. These billionaires need to do more. 1% can't pay a tax on the people that's starving out here. We got a homeless crisis in 2020, in the 21st century. What the fuck is going on? Why do we have homeless people? And America is supposed to be the greatest country in the world, the richest country in the world. It ain't. Other countries are looking at us laughing right now. I spoke to them, trust me. They're like, what the fuck is going on in America? And I'm like, I don't even know. I can't answer that. But I do know that I'm fighting for change. I do know that you're fighting for change. And I do know that the time is now. COVID-19, this virus is a wake-up call. Don't take it no other way. Look where we at. We still dealing with it. We still wearing masks. We still got it. Life is not normal. It's never going to be back to where it was pre-COVID. If you think it is, you're lost. That's right. government got something to do with it, of course. You know that. There ain't no secret. Look what we doing. All they care about is the fucking economy. The economy. And we all broke, we all in the same boat.
They don't even care
That's
about the
it.
economy, they care about the stock market.
The stock market, yeah. Well, this motherfucker that made $88 billion off of all the shares he done sold and flipped, he don't care about us. We gotta stop putting money in his pocket. Cancel your Prime. Boycott Amazon. Boycott Prime Week that's coming up on October 13th. Boycott that shit. Y'all remember Rosa Parks, right? Y'all remember Rosa Parks, right? This is the new Rosa Parks movement. Boycott this, the richest company in the world, until we get change. Start with the top. Go for the jugular. Go for the richest man. Everybody else will fall in line. Cut the head off of the snake. He's watching. He's scared. He's nervous. We don't get it.
Shut it down!
Hold up. We don't get it.
Shut it down!
One more time. We don't get it.
Shut it down!
Power to the people, y'all.
All right, everybody, that wraps.
All right, let's wrap it up. Let's walk back to the park safely, y'all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Let's make some noise!